Like I've one of my favorite things to do is like, my highest level package is for me to like fly into a business, fly into an office with a team, and dissect every little part of it and make major immediate tweaks. And every single time there's like massive like aha moments,
right?
And huge pivots. Because the reality is like it's a business, and there's so many components, and there's so many places where there could be weak points and bottlenecks,
Right.
But in the general sense, like I teach my students, again, like try to get what other investors aren't. So like, for example, if people are skip tracing lists, there's small percentage of people that don't come back from the skip tracers.
Right.
And usually, whether that's 10, 20, 30% of your list, and usually what most people do is they just take that and they dump it into their cold calling service, their RVM, their text blast service. But usually they don't take that other 10, 20, 30% and try to re-skip trace them and get those, get a lot of those updated phone numbers as well. And that's proven to be super successful for people, getting where other investors aren't. There's like a secret absentee list that we used to pull, which was more of an expensive list. There's definitely more of an expensive list, but it was probably one of our top performers, which essentially is like you get an owner occupied list, and so the owner occupieds that we took was just straight from list source. We would do 50% equity plus, and then 20-year ownership.
Right.
Or sometimes 15, depending on if it was a hotter area. But what we would do is when we skip trace that owner occupied list, we would find that some of them were actually absentees.
Right.
And that list, we separated it out, and we talked about that specifically. It's a small list.
Right.
But that list was consistently one of our highest performers.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, man. There's a ton of others, but like
right, for sure. For sure, that's interesting. Cool. So are y'all go over this quickly. Are you primarily sticking to cold calling? I heard you say text blast as well. I've had a lot of people giving me good feedback on the price per lead of text blast. Are y'all teaching mailers at all? Because I know I spend a lot of money on mailers, but I'm going a lot deeper on cold calling right now as well.
Yeah, look, I think any marketing channel can work. I'm a big fan of texting right now because I've just seen all my clients' numbers, and they're consistently receiving. I always say, if you're doing a marketing channel, make sure that you're getting at least a 400% return, 400% ROI on your money that you're spending on marketing. So that means if you're spending $100, or if you're spending $1,000, like more realistically, then you're going to make 5,000, right? And the delta between that is 4,000, which is where the 400% comes from. Or if you spend 2,000, right, you get a $10,000 return, which is typically your average wholesale deal, right? But for texting, I've definitely seen some of the highest returns I've ever seen. I'm seeing consistently over 1,000% returns. Right. That's not uncommon. I'm not saying that's norm, but that's not uncommon.
Right. Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, I definitely need to look into that.
Yeah, man.
I'm definitely in the process of taking my business to that next level by systemizing everything and making it more of a business myself, and trying to remove myself from the business so I can start working on the business a lot more.
Yeah, man.
Where are the best places to find the educational stuff you're putting out there? I know you have events as well. What kind of events do you have coming up? How frequently do you do them? What's the best way to keep up with all that on you?
For sure. And I'll talk a little bit more about also like just who I actually serve, right? Because I don't work with newbies, right? I don't work with new wholesalers, new investors. I'm really looking to take people that are already semi-successful, or they might even be struggling a little bit, but they've been in the game for a while, and teach them how to create a real business so they can finally get the freedom that they're looking for.